Hello, I'm Michael Ettinger, principal of Ettinger Law Firm. Our practice is limited to elder law estate planning. Our firm has essentially renamed the field as elder law estate planning because we found from our experience that there are many estate planning firms that help clients pass their assets but don't protect those assets from nursing home expenses, and there's many elder law firms that set up Medicaid trusts and asset protection trusts and protect the client's assets from nursing homes, but they overlook basic estate planning issues such as passing the assets with the least amount of taxes or keeping them in the blood. Today we're having an event at the Ritz Carlton Hotel here in White Plains, New York. Good afternoon. Thank you for coming. I'm Michael Ettinger from Ettinger Law Firm, and today we're going to talk about Elder Law Estate Planning 2011. There is estate planning, of course, you know. There's elder law, many of you know. But what we found was there are so many estate planning firms that do a wonderful job on estate planning, but they don't have any elder law experience. So what happens if the client has to go into a nursing home? Actually, the firm doesn't know what to do. What happens is those estate planning firms we found assume that the clients are going out and buying long-term care insurance. But because they're not elder law, they don't realize or they don't know that only 3% of New Yorkers buy long-term care insurance. And if you go to an elder law firm, and there are many fine elder law firms, they know how to get Medicaid benefits for their clients, they know how to protect assets with Medicaid trusts, but they make estate planning mistakes because they're not estate planners. They don't set up the two trusts to save estate taxes. They don't keep the assets in the blood. They don't know how to do second marriage planning. They don't know what to do about singles without children. So what we found for the vast majority of middle-class people, you need elder law estate planning. Probably the greatest insight we've gotten from practicing elder law estate planning in 20 years is that planning for disability is more important than planning for death. Disability planning is for you, and it's number one, and death planning is secondary to that. We're going to talk about second marriage planning. Second marriage planning is a hot topic in estate planning because there are so many second marriages. And the issues that come up there are most lawyers who are general practitioners, prepare wills, don't have that much experience planning for second marriages, so they may overlook some of the issues. Let's talk a little bit about second marriage planning. Second marriage planning is becoming a big part of our practice because after planning a number of second marriages, we started to see the issues. But it turns out that very few lawyers are aware there are issues in second marriage planning, or even if they spot the issues, they don't have the experience to solve them. The key problem here that we found in practice is, let's say husband dies first. How do we protect the assets for his children? How do we make sure his children get their fair share? Well, you set up a trust. This is what trusts are for. But who's the trustee? If the wife's in charge alone, can't she take all the assets, spend it, give it to her children? Do his children have any protection? No. They're going to be very nervous when they see that plan. Are they going to feel comfortable with that? You know what people do? They immediately think of the worst case scenario. And they're going to be very, very uncomfortable and very concerned, and the relationship will begin to deteriorate naturally. So in those cases, it turns out we're recommending the attorney be the co-trustee after the first death. His children see that his lawyer is co-trustee with the wife. Now they feel very secure because they know that she can't do anything without the lawyer's permission. So now they have a protector. So what does this do for the relationship? It makes them very relaxed and comfortable. It lets them have a good relationship with their stepmom. And from her point of view, isn't she much more comfortable doing her business with her lawyer? Just an excellent way to go about it. And this is what a lot of people are doing in the second marriage situation. But we're going to address some other issues today. For example, we're going to talk about special needs trust planning. Essentially what these trusts do is they pay over and above what the government would pay. The child will get additional benefits that they wouldn't have otherwise gotten. 43% of American families have a disabled special needs child or grandchild. Do you know 100 years ago, the average life expectancy of a Down syndrome child was 9 years old. Do you know what it is today? It's over 60. The children, the special needs children, are outliving the parents. And it's creating a complicated problem because who takes care of them? How do they get taken care of? You have to set up a special needs trust. Back in 1993, the government realized special needs children are being disinherited because Who's going to leave money to a child and have them lose their government benefits? All the money spent up and they get the government benefits again. So it's kind of like throwing money away. So what the government decided was it's public policy of this state to allow parents to set up trusts for their children that only pay over and above what the state pays, because the state doesn't pay for certain medical procedures, for travel, vacations, clothing, better housing. At the end of the day, why choose our firm? Because we have a program to review our plans every 3 years. We call every client in every 3 years for a free review. Now, no other firm does this. Most firms have no review process at all. You write the will, and it's thank you very much, call us when the inevitable occurs. But that plan never works. It's always obsolete, because the average shelf life of a will is about 10 years. After 10 years, it's almost certain that there's something amiss with it, either the wrong executive, the wrong beneficiaries, the wrong percentage, maybe a problem with the witnesses. Of the very few firms that have a review process, all the other ones charge a fee. So they say, we care about you, we'll take care of you, if you pay us to take care of you. Not a good system. But nobody gets past 9 or 12 years without needing some work. Either change who the beneficiaries are, change who the trustees are, add the inheritance trust to keep it in the blood. Got older, want to set up a Medicaid trust, protect the assets of a nursing home. So we get paid when there's work, but it's a perfect system. It works for you all the time, but you only pay for it as if and when you need it. Thank you for coming, and have a nice afternoon. Thank you. Well, thank you for listening to this short video. I'd invite you to, if you'd like to learn more, go on to Amazon.com and obtain a copy of Ettinger on elder law estate planning. And you may also visit our website, Trustlaw, one word, trustlaw.com, and you can read about many of these subjects right on the website and download the articles that apply to you. Again, thank you for listening.